Are we facing another American Revolution? What some would say American Revolution Part 2? Well, today, more than ever, we face the growing possibility of war and even nuclear or electromagnetic pulse attack. Trade warfare, terrorist attacks, cyber warfare, mass school shootings, and more. On top of deep division and rebellion within our nation, God's hand of protection is needed. A battle is being waged not over geography, but over right and wrong, truth and error, virtue and vice. It's a battle for the hearts and minds of our young people, for the values and virtue of our heritage, and for the faith and freedom of mankind. It is a battle that's being waged not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places, as Ephesians 6:12 tells us. During the American Revolution, 3% of the people actually fought in the battle. 10% of the people supplied them with ammunition, food, and supplies. 37% of the population at that time fought against us with the British, and 50% of the population did absolutely nothing. Today, those numbers are eerily true. 37% of the population is fighting against us with left-leaning ideologues. 50% of the people are not quite sure what is even going on. And yet, God always has a remnant. Those 3%ers. As in the first American Revolution, those were the Black Robe Brigade, the pastors that stood in their pulpits and took off their robes and told their parishioners to get their muskets and go fight on the front lines against a far superior enemy. In battle after battle, by the sovereign hand of God, we won our freedom over the British. Today, those 3%ers are needed now more than ever. Men of God standing in the pulpit, standing for the virtue and values that this nation hold dear. We must return